Krone. The history of Krone, the first company we're going to talk about today, began in 1906. Believe it or not, after 114 years, it is still successful. Krone is a German manufacturer of trailers and semi-trailers, and one of the three largest manufacturers in Europe. Let's visit Turkey, more exactly the city of Tyre, where one of Krone's factories is located. Since 2013, this place has been producing trailers for Eastern Europe, Asia, and Africa. The factory covers 224,000 square meters, and there you can see powerful and technologically advanced equipment with an astonishing performance of up to 10,000 units per year. The very first stage is processing large metal workpieces. This is the core of the future semi-trailer, which is welded from a large number of different parts. Before becoming a trailer, the metal must be prepared accordingly. This is done using a shot blast machine. Here, the surface is repeatedly blasted. As a result, the workpiece is cleaned, and even the slightest traces of scale, rust, and burn-ons are removed. The chassis then undergoes hot-dip galvanization in an immersion bath. This stage allows to significantly improve the performance of the metal. The galvanizing process is completed in a special furnace, where the surfaces are dried. The next stage is powder coating. This process is almost fully automated. Workers only paint by hand surfaces that are difficult to access. Then the chassis is inspected one last time, and if everything is okay, the assembly begins. First, the electronics, brakes, and air suspension are installed. Next is the assembly of the axles, as well as the installation of wheels and storage compartments. The first batch is sent to finishing, while the second goes for export. Funnily enough, the huge chassis are stacked on top of each other for transportation, just like toys. However, we're much more interested in the first batch. The assembly continues, the workers install a metal frame on the semi-trailer, and the product finally looks like a real trailer. Toyota. Here is another world-famous brand which deserves our attention. Toyota is among the largest automotive companies in the world. They have plants in different parts of the world, from Malaysia to Canada, in more than 30 countries. The video shows the work of a factory near Burniston in the UK. 4,000 people work here. The factory has been working since 1989, producing about 180,000 cars per year. Despite the number of workers, the car assembly lines are automated and look like something from the future. There are several lines, each responsible for one particular stage. The initial assembly starts on the first line. Here the workers install the wiring, the airbags, the seatbelts, and the dashboard. They also finish the ceiling. On the second line, the chassis is made. To be more precise, the installation of the fuel and the brake system, as well as the engine and the suspension, is carried out here. Finally, on the third and final line, the car gets its familiar appearance. All parts are assembled together, and at the same time, the doors, windows, and wheels are installed, and the interior. Ventrac Edger 4500P. Grass tends to spread, which is especially noticeable in parks where a large amount of grass extends over pedestrian pathways. To keep them neat and aesthetic, the edges must be cut every few months. Unfortunately, the grass invades the sidewalk, ruining the appearance of the road and, moreover, the surface. Clearing the pavements of grass with hand tools is possible, but it's a long and heavy process. Often, the government can't hire a brigade of workers to do this job. The equipment you see on the screen can replace an entire work crew, as it deals with the grass along the edges of the sidewalk very quickly, while the person makes minimal effort. The Ventrac Edger 4500P is equipped with a sharp disc that cuts the ground together with the grass along the curb, and then removes it from the pedestrian walkway. Optionally, the Ventrac Edger can be equipped with a blower for more efficient cleaning. Its use ensures that the sidewalk surface will remain perfectly clean after processing. It should be noted that the special technology makes it possible to care for a variety of sidewalks, including those with a curb. Low trike. Young inventor Tyler Hadzicki had developed an unusual bike for extreme riding, which looks like a small cart. The low racing trike has 3 wheels, 2 small ones at the back and a big one in the front. It also has 1 handlebar in the front and a steering lever on the back. The pedals are located near the front wheel, placed slightly forward for the convenience of the user, who can control the low in a reclined position. The maximum supported weight is 225 pounds, and the vehicle itself weighs only 33 pounds. The tricycle is designed to be ridden in a low position, just a few inches from the ground, and at the same time, this unusual vehicle has a high level of maneuverability. The low is very low slung and has a handle to control the small rear wheels, which allows you to perform tremendous maneuvers like sharp turns, controlled drifts, and 360-degree turns on the spot. To brake, you just need to turn the pedals back. The low trike body is made of strong steel pipes which guarantee stability, reliability, and safety while driving, and a comfortable synthetic leather chair will provide comfort for any driver. Volvo. We've reached today's last amazing plant. This time we're going to New River Valley, Virginia, USA, where we'll see how Volvo VNL cars are made. The entire process from start to finish takes approximately 12 hours. During this time, 6,000 individual parts go through hundreds of production stages. As you've probably understood, the core of any truck is the frame, and everything starts with that. In the very first workshop, fragmented metal parts are slowly transformed into a working frame. Here, the pneumatic suspension is installed. It is noteworthy that, at first, the frame moves along the conveyor upside down, so it's more convenient to work with. At the same time, in another part of the factory, the cab is assembled. From the outside, this process is something like the assembly of a house of cards. By the way, people here don't have to carry any heavy parts by hand. The whole load is taken over by special lifts installed on the ceiling. Some parts are fastened by hand using electric resistance welding. A welding robot is responsible for more complex work.